Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Makalasi, your spiritual bestie, here to give you advice based on my experiences and gnosis of spirituality, giving you advice. So, one of the things I'd recommend that people do is always get a notebook. I have multiple of this and I have all different types of them. And what I do is when you get like little epiphanies, which are basically these like inspirational thoughts that come out of nowhere, write them down. Write them down, even if they don't make any sense for you. So if you just had a vision of like a blue car, just write it down today. And what happens is you're basically training your consciousness to download and receive information and capture it. Because I like to think of it more like a dream, where when you first wake up, the dream you have like full memory of it, but it's like the wind. If you don't grasp it and capture it, you will lose it and it will just completely dissolve and you will have no lingering thoughts or memory of it. So always keep a journal. But I want to talk about the frequency of spirituality. I realize that spirituality is on the frequency of joy. That's something that was very interesting for me, because when I was growing up in the Catholic Church, we was on the frequency of fear. But think of it. If Jesus, or if the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit is love, they would want you to worship with love, not in fear. So fear is actually the opposite. And also, they also want you to go with the frequency of joy, because joy is really catering to your inner child. And your inner child is what is going to give you the inspiration to see the world behind the veil. Because right now in the third dimension, we have a belief system where everything is not spiritual, right? Because if we accept the sin of the divine feminine being sacrificed, we lose all the magic and all the spirituality in the bridge, because the divine feminine is the bridge from the upper world. We know she's a bridge because she's the one that brings humanity alive through the birthing process of the divine feminine. So the female is a portal between the higher world and the lower world. So when the divine feminine fell through Eve or was sacrificed, we know that we lost that magic. But so when you get into awakening, you're going to be like Alice in Wonderland. You're going to start to see a lot of magic and mystery and fun stuff. So to make sure that you have a positive experience, you want to cater to your inner child with joy, because it could be scary if you don't have joy. So the spirituality awakening is in the frequency of love, joy, and it caters to your inner child, because your spiritual team actually wanted to have fun with manifesting and creating. So my spiritual guides usually play with my inner child, so I'm very joyous. So you can always tell a good spiritual teacher because they're joyous and their inner child is active, and they cater to the inner child because their spiritual team, which is kind of like their elders, are helping them through their inner child joy. So that's my quick video. Hope you like it. Peace.